will never know. But we've lost gallant men in this operation. Men that are sons, that are husbands, that are brothers, that you never hear their names listed. We need to tarry a while and say a prayer to this man in the process of rescuing everybody. They put their lives on the line and pay the ultimate price. So when we sit down and do all the criticism, we should never forget the men we've lost and the men we continue to lose all through the battlefield.
Prof, why I am asking is because ahead of 2015, I was reporting for the Daily Trust in the Northeast. I was the bureau chief there, so I covered the Boko Haram crisis. I saw similar renewed vigor in Jonathan. And that is why I know Nigerians are really agitated and they want an answer, even though you said you are not part of them, you are not part of the military or this thing. That is why I am asking, is it that only during elections that we see new determination from our leaders to be more committed to addressing some of these atrocities?
Yeah, so our prayers, and that is why us, even though we come to work, we shouldn't be, our voices should not be down. We should continue to raise our voices. That this intensity we see, we should not relent on that. The military should not relent and the government should not relent even after election. And if it is maintained, I have no doubt this thing can be solved. But I've always said, all these conflicts we see in this country, there's a role for the military, but there is no military solutions to any one of them. We are beginning to see by the work of this committee that the military and the presidency is seeing the value of involving the akinetic component. Only when you marry the two will you be able to achieve the success desired. There are a lot of things you cannot go and bomb. You can't bomb grievances. You have to listen to people. And this, for the military to be patient to allow us to do this and achieve this result, Nigerians should not underestimate that. Honestly, we should appreciate the patience. Soldiers are not patient by nature. That we are wasting time. We should, then we beg them, please let us, please, please, please. If we had lost a single person, we cannot come and beat our chest and say we achieved it. But there's no way we could have done anything we did without the military, without the support of the president. That I cannot overemphasize.
Okay, I am tempted to ask you this question. There is this girl, is it Mudubi or what do they call her, in custody of the terrorists, which Tukur claimed that one of the commanders wanted to marry her. Are you aware of her case?
Azurfa is her name.
Azurfa, yes, I say Mudubi, yes.
Azurfa.
Yes, are you aware of her case?
No, there was on August 19th, there was a press statement signed by this gentleman you mentioned, that the
military don't call him gentleman.
Yeah, one of the commanders was planning to marry this girl, this Azurfa, a 21-year-old, 300 level student in Kaduna State University, who is a Christian. And he was invoking the bad memories of Leah Sharibu. Leah Sharibu, who at that time was a 14-year-old Christian, refused to renounce her faith, and Boko Haram married her off.
She was the lone Dapchi girl.
Right. This is traumatic for all the nations. So you're now bringing this. What are you? And you're writing a letter to Khan and the federal government, invoking that, and the whole Christian world. So we don't want a repeat of that. It was very distressing for the committee that this happening again under our watch will be the last.
You were disturbed?
Very.
You thought it was a gimmick on his side?
No, but we saw it was written, whatever the reason that it was written, then it heightened our this and that we need to find out what. So every one of the hostages released, man or woman, before this 23, we would sit and talk with them and ask them about things, and all the women would tell us that the women in their captivity were treated better than the men.
And they were not abused?
Not at all. And This idea of the commander getting ready to marry her was a lie.
Oh my God. Just a lie.
It was a lie. So what purpose was he trying to serve by that? By heightening some religious at an election time when the nation is fractured by all its fault lines of ethno-religious differences. So each time we talk to them, we say, how is Azurfa?
Okay.
Yes.
But was she part of those that were brought back?
So a few days before they came, because they came from afar, a few days before they come, they would say, King Azurfa is not feeling, Azurfa wasn't feeling well. And that was the reason they were slow or they aborted the trip. Then we would call the next day, how is Azurfa? Remember, there's a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
But our attention was more to this girl.
Because
of what but they took care of this girl. And the first thing when we saw them, when they delivered them all to us, we asked, Azurfa, where's Azurfa? Where's Azurfa? She came out. Azurfa is one of the 23 that was discharged, that was released. She was never molested. She was never there was no story of her, the commander wanting to marry her. We did not leave Kaduna yesterday until Azurfa, who was the last patient in the military hospital to be discharged. We discharged her to her family. So Azurfa, the 21-year-old, 300-year level Christian girl, was never molested. There was no story of her, of the commander wanting to marry her, and she was released with all the 20